right, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday. Let me look at my calendar. Thursday, July 17th. Another week in the books, which is the fully second week where I do 2 a day at the job, and just hanging in there, trying to see what these paychecks look like. If I do this, if I do that. So it hasn't been a very conventional way, but it's full of changes and little bumps here and there. But either way, it's still it's still the safety net that caught me when in this process of trying to see what it's gonna look like without my car, basically. Now, by November, I could put a chunk down on. I don't know. I don't want to look that far ahead. I'm actually gonna focus on this week, or today actually. So today, I get my stuff out the car and it gets taken, voluntarily repossessed, due to the unforeseen circumstances and things like that. So, I just kind of walked out the house. I didn't leave the facility yet. So I'm about to get home, wash some clothes. I did reschedule my date, so we're gonna see if that goes through. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos, it was supposed to go down like 2 weeks ago, Sunday, but it didn't follow through. But today we're supposed to get together today. So I'm gonna go to the barbershop and wash a couple clothes, see if that goes through. It doesn't have to surround my entire day, but I'm gonna see what they do. And then I'm gonna get on my grind with Uber, because this car has to pay itself, and I do have to make a profit off Uber, even if it's $400 extra. I'm hoping more this time around, if I could get a head start, which would be through today and tomorrow. That's the head start, and then Saturday and Sunday is the profit day, which is not much, because paying almost $400 a week for this rental. I also get the ability to use it, but there's other things that plays into this, where it kind of delays the possibility of me traveling at least once a month. So the good news is I'm willing to take that step back with the traveling until I see what's going on for sure. So that's that within itself. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and head down to the city. Go take care of a few things, which probably my laundry at hand right now. Yesterday, had a reality check, based on environment, close friends, I would say mental health as well, where I'm like, man, you do kind of know people are going through things, but at the same time, you don't know how much they can handle. So kind of when you hear them talk about potentially hurting themselves, it has some effects. So I did mention that on the video I did yesterday, which I did not upload yet. So I'm gonna do a couple uploads just to satisfy my absence. Other than that, I'm trying to do this YouTube thing. the best way I know how. I haven't been able to check the progress of the channel yet, but you know, I'm sure, I'm sure it has its quirks here. Like I said, I haven't been using hashtags yet, or doing any promos in my inner groups. But this is the channel that I do have the most content on, at least just talking. I do have a travel channel where I do have 19 subscribers. That's a lot for somebody like me, due to the fact that I share it amongst the travel community that I've joined. But I have limited content there, so therefore, the content is limited because I want to be traveling while I'm making these contents. So, I could sit down and talk traveling, like I could work a little bit on my storytelling and stuff like that. So we'll see about that. It would have to be a banger. So moving forward is that. I'm still struggling with the cold, I'm still blowing up snots, and I'm still, so that's pretty tough. Like right now while I'm talking, I'm just holding back a lot. So I don't know, I'll give it another week. I didn't see that coming, but at least I'm not feeling the pain, the sneezing, the aches. So that's that. What else? Yeah, I'm keeping it simple, There's not much I could do right now. It's all limited to a certain extent. Once everything goes in, then I'll see what I have left. That's pretty much the case right now. On one hand, though, I am glad that the car is a liability, as well as it was somewhat of an asset. But the way I was using it is what brought us here. I mean, I do think buying a used car from the dealership without having my own checkups of it was a bit risky, because I knew some stuff, but I did trust the dealership. Like I didn't feel like they would be holding a car that was. But if it used to be a rental, sometimes when people return rentals, they kind of hot. They weren't. Like I had like a little dents here, that not a dent, but like a swipe, that if you look closely, you could see somebody put some black marker on it to hide it. And then it kind of bent a little bit near the tail light. Like I noticed that very the day I brought it home. But I was still very excited about the car, that I didn't let it get in the way. But like 2 oil change later, I had a problem with the engine, which was half and half, because I did some boneheaded stuff by putting regular gas, because I just thought I could get away with it on a short term. So, but I can't quite tell you if that's what messed up the engine, but the insurance did give me a used engine, so my problem was an engine. Got the car back, started noticing going uphill, it does a whining sound, and little by little, surely, You know, the sounds was coming in many different places, like airplane sound. Like it was very weird noises. And once one stopped, another one started somewhere else. And then like a year later, up to this point, it was doing it. It even jug a little bit. And then one hot day, it was just doing basically all together. And the red differential, transfer case, whatever, went out. So, I mean, that's my loss. Like I said, I don't plan on buying a car off the lot unless I'm paying full for it from now. And I don't think, because I like to travel, I don't think I'll tie myself up with a brand new car that costs a bunch of money. So at this point, I'll be happy to use at least not a luxury car, to use a basic car. So I'm gonna just play the van game, maybe upgrade to the box truck, things that make money, you know, big money. So that's the route I'm going from now. But yeah, here we are. 11 minutes in already. I was burning time to leave, so I think I put enough time in. So I'm gonna catch you in the next one. It's a whole day ahead. It's only 9 o'clock, so you know, let's go seize the day. Let's get home. Let's get on our business now. You know, we clocked out of work. Now we gotta clock into our personal business and take care of our own shit. So that's what I'm about to do. So I'll catch you on the next one. There's probably be plenty more for today and absolutely plenty more throughout the weekend. Peace.